Good morning, everybody. How you doing this morning? Wednesday morning crypto talks. Getting started in a couple of seconds. Never fails. Every day there's something new and exciting taking place in the crypto world, and it's very important that you make sure you stay plugged in, you stay educated, you stay informed on what's happening, because your money's on the line. If you don't know what's going on, you can't make the right decisions. So I make sure every single day I'm always reading, I'm always learning, I'm always educating myself, I'm always staying on top of it. And that's still not enough. News happens and moves way too fast for you to get it all. But we learn together. So we'll get started in about a couple more seconds. Happy Wednesday morning, halfway through the week. You guys ready for Christmas coming up? I'm going to be doing a special Facebook Live this Saturday morning. We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. Reflecting on where you are right now, what's happened in 2017, and what do you want to do in 2018. So let's go ahead and get started now. Let's look at it, and I'm not going to be long this morning at all. I've got a couple of appointments to go to, so I want to hit mainly two main topics. But this isn't some new news out of Kuwait. I won't read the article, but I will post the link to it for you guys. But this one out of Kuwait is Kuwait's Ministry of Finance refuses to recognize Bitcoin. So this is the first time I've heard news coming out of Kuwait. The only crypto news I've heard from the Middle East really has been Iran, where Iran is looking to take advantage of cryptocurrency to get around U.S. sanctions. Now that's the only thing I've heard so far out of the Middle East. So this one's interesting. So give me a second here. What's going on, Nash? Hope you're doing good today. Another one is about Litecoin. I'm not going to read that article either. Maybe a paragraph or two. But just give me a second here. Determining investor sentiment, Bitcoin Cash's investment flow. Now, I'll save that one for tonight. And of course, my computer is running super slow. Let's see here. Let me open up a new tab for it. Good morning to you, Tavara. All right. Yeah. All right, here's the link to that Kuwait news. Litecoin's in the news. Litecoin creator Charlie Lee reveals he sold all his Litecoin. Now that is something to pay attention to. Why would the creator of the coin sell all his Litecoins? Let me look at the market right now and see where they are at. All right, we've got Bitcoins at 17,100. Bitcoin Cash is still rising like a freaking rocket, $3,800. Let's see. We've got the rest of the boards. IOTA's 14% up. Dash is 32% up. Gotta watch Dash. It's at $1,500 right now. Litecoin is at $324. Now, I understand, for the longest, Litecoin had been hovering around that $20 to $40 range for like a long time. Then all of a sudden it jumped up to $90, now over $300. So if the creator, of course he owns the most Litecoin, cashed out, yeah, he just made a whole lot of money. But is that really smart? I can see, yeah, cash out maybe 50%, but Litecoin may end up being worth $3,000. So now let's take a brief look at this article on why. And let me put that link here. Yeah, why would he do that? Litecoin creator Charlie Lee has revealed on social media that he sold... Oh, okay. I didn't read all this. He sold and donated all his LTC holdings over the past few days. Sold and donated it. The announcement was meant to show he no longer has a conflict of interest in promoting the altcoin, but the timing has sparked some backlash against Lee. Yeah, I bet. Founder of Litecoin, Charlie Lee, has informed the community today that he no longer has any meaningful direct exposure to the cryptocurrency, having sold and donated all his LTC holdings in recent past days. Writing on Reddit, he explains that this was done to avoid the appearance of a conflict of interest when promoting LTC as someone with so much social influence. What? I don't understand that. You're the freaking creator, dude. Of course, there's always going to be a conflict of interest. Why not? It's expected that you have coins. That's like somebody who owns a McDonald's and it says, I'm only going to eat lunch across the street at Burger King because I don't want to have a conflict of interest, even though I'm the owner of McDonald's. That doesn't make any sense. You eat at your own restaurant. You promote your own thing. He says, Lee reassures his followers that this does not mean he is quitting Litecoin and will still spend all his time working on the cryptocurrency he created. Lee also explains that he will continue to benefit from the growth of Litecoin, just not by holding the cryptocurrency itself. So the question of timing. In his announcement, Lee explains that over the last year, he tried to avoid making public statements on Twitter about the price of Litecoin, as he would always be accused of doing so to push the price up or down in order to improve his personal position in the markets. He also explains that he is now so well off that he doesn't need to have more financial gains from holding Litecoin and can afford to make this move. I'm curious, where did his money come from then? Unfortunately, not everyone in the cryptocurrency community, which is hardly known for its civil debates at the best of times, is accepting Lee's rationale. His timing of the announcement so soon after Coinbase and GDAX added Bitcoin Cash trading is the main source of the backlash. Lee only left Coinbase back in June, where he was the director of engineering. Insider trading stuff going on here. So we got to watch Litecoin closely to see if there's any backlash. Right now, it's down 7% over the last 24 hours. But most of the altcoins kind of dipped the last 2 days. Oh, look at Verge. Verge is up 112%. It's worth 13 cents right now. Guys, you don't need to have Bitcoin to get wealthy. You don't need to have Bitcoin to get wealthy. You can invest and diversify in all of these other altcoins. And as a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I just talk about my suggestions and opinions. But another $500 billion over the next 12 months is going to be dumped on this space, and Bitcoin is only going to account for half of that, which means $500 billion is going to be dispersed amongst the rest of the altcoins. So you're going to have Bitcoin Cash millionaires, Ethereum millionaires, Ripple, Litecoin, IOTA millionaires, Monero, EOS, Cardano, Dash. So it's good to be educated on what these other coins are doing and following the market. All right, let's talk about nerd talk. And you know what I'm talking about. When you go into a Bitcoin forum or you're reading Bitcoin articles and it seems like they've got their own language, that they are talking about, you know, everything under the sun that makes sense to them but is Greek to you. I understand. I know that feeling. You know, and you have to understand it comes from even the gaming world, because the first miners were gamers, and gamers have their own little language amongst themselves. The one thing I will never adopt is that HODL crap. HODL, hold on for dear life. All because some clown misspelled it when he was excited about something, about hold your coins. So now it's become like for those of you in the gaming world, you understand the Leroy Jenkins. Most of you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but if you're from the gaming world, you understand what that means from World of Warcraft. And I'm ashamed that I even know. So anyways, let's look at this article about nerd talk. And let me put this link here in the chat box for you. So, Bitcoin glossary. You've heard of cryptomania. Now, say hello to cryptophagia. When I saw that, I was like, who was that? Fantasia from American Idol? Cryptophagia. To outsiders, cryptocurrency is a strange and bewildering world. Dive into Bitcoin Twitter for the first time and you're confronted by an array of confusing acronyms, memes, and jargon tossed around like confetti. Cryptocurrency has its own language, honed through years spent lurking in troll boxes and forums with like-minded geeks. For anyone who's new to Bitcoin, the following glossary should come in handy. Stop confusing Bitcoin beginners with your cryptophagia. Every community has its patois, an esoteric language that makes perfect sense once you're accustomed to it, and zero sense up until then. As a tech-driven industry that runs on memes and in-jokes, Bitcoin is guiltier than most of flummoxing casual observers. Crypto has developed its own idioglossia, an idiosyncratic language spoken only by a few. There's a better word for this, though. It's called cryptophagia, as Wikipedia explains. Cryptophagia is a phenomenon of a language developed by twins, identical or fraternal, that only the two children could understand. The word has its roots from crypto, meaning secret, and phagia, meaning speech. I remember when I was younger, I have a gang of cousins. And I have a lot of them that were around the same age, literally less than a year apart, especially the girls. And when we were younger, they had like their own way of communicating. I don't know if that's Expedia, Latine, Metine, Pig Latin, whatever crap, but they took it to a whole nother level. And I remember I was like a couple years older than them and watching them. It was like 4 or 5 of them, and they're all talking. I didn't understand a word they were saying, but they all understood each other. They all had their own little secret talking language they came up with. It's kind of like if you guys followed the news this past summer, I don't know if it was Facebook or Google that was backing some AI, and that the AI, when they started talking to each other, they created their own language that was more efficient for them. So the programmers were like, what the hell are they saying? But they created their own language, and they pulled the plug on that. You know, they're thinking Skynet. So I understand what they're saying here with cryptophagia. So cryptophagia, secret speech. Yep, that sounds about right. If it's not cryptocurrency traders prattling about fib retracements, Wyckoff counts, and Ichimoku clouds, it's Bitcoin fractions hurling out pejoratives like Bcash and segwetters, which mean nothing to the uninitiated. Defining those phrases is beyond the remit of this article. Anyone keen on mastering crypto's cryptophagia needs to lurk more. What? I don't know what that means. As the adage goes, lurk, oh, okay. Lurk more, okay, I get it. For newcomers, however, the following phrases can be considered your starter pack. These 10 are on the house. After that, you're on your own. So here's a brief glossary. No coiner. No coiner. I haven't heard of that one. As Urban Dictionary explains, a no coiner is someone who holds 0 Bitcoin because they doubted it back in the day, and now that it's rocketed, vents their frustration by hating from the sidelines. The no coiner takes out his or her bitterness on Bitcoin holders by constantly claiming that Bitcoin will crash, is a scam, is a bubble, or other types of easily refuted FUD, which brings us nicely to our next definition. Now, I have another word. I just straight up call them haters. Or I call them Captain Save-A Bitcoins. Or I call them Agent Smiths, trying to make sure that the system doesn't collapse, that Bitcoin's going to, y'all need to get back in line with the US dollar. Bitcoin's going to crash. That's what I call them, but they call them no coiner? Yeah, that's nerdy. No, you're just a no coiner. The next one, FUD. I'm sure you've heard that one. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. a mechanism for scaremongering and spreading unsubstantiated rumors, usually with the intention of crashing a coin's price and then profiting by buying it for cheap. Oh yeah, we see a lot of FUD out there, right? Armchair generals that's calling everything a scam and whatnot, just to create fear and uncertainty. SOV. I hope they say SOV and not SOV. But it means store of value. Often used alongside MOE, which stands for medium of exchange. Due to rising fees, Bitcoin is a useless MOE, but it's a damn fine SOV. Okay. All right, learn something new there. So when I see that, I know what they're talking about. Store of value, medium of exchange. A whale. Now, I've seen this when I got into when I learned how to trade, and I was going through that training process, I kept hearing this term, whale. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Whale is an individual with substantial cryptocurrency holdings, enough to manipulate the market in some cases, or to drop $4 million on a fleet of F1 cars. You will probably never be a whale, but don't let that stop you from dreaming. Classic whale tactics include setting huge sell walls to prevent a cryptocurrency from rising further, dumping on the market, and posting screenshots of their blockfolio to induce envy. Yeah, we know a lot of those. Alright, I apologize for that. I had a technician that's going to be coming, so I had to take that, confirm that meeting up. Alright, let's get back to the next word, which is hyper-Bitcoinization. What? I'd never heard of that one. Hyper-Bitcoinization? Oh, everybody wants to interrupt me today. Now I got my gardener right out my window making a lot of noise. So excuse all that background noise. So hyper-Bitcoinization. This isn't slang, but it is a hella big word. Hella. That's only used in California. Where's this dude from? Oh, it's Kai Sedgwick. I don't even like this clown. And he's using the word hella. But it's a hella big word. It's one worth learning, though, because you'll be hearing a lot of it over the next year. Hyper-Bitcoinization is the notion that Bitcoin's rising value will cause a flight from devalued fiat currencies to crypto, and it's already happening. Okay, I'll keep a eye out for that word. The next one is fiat-splaining. I have not heard that one before. Fiat-splaining. When people from a traditional finance background try to explain to you how cryptocurrency works badly. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of those guys. Fiat-splaining. Okay, next one is bags. I haven't heard that one. Bags. Cryptocurrency bags are altcoins that are currently at a loss and are thus weighing you down. Ooh, I know that feeling. Usually this is because their value has plummeted relative to Bitcoin due to Bitcoin stirring, the altcoin being a piece of crap, or both. Those of you in the trading world, eventually, this is going to happen to you. Eventually. And not once, maybe a couple of times. When we had first got started trading, you know, we were playing around in the market and there was this one coin that had a quick rise, so we didn't want fear of loss. We jumped in on it. And then as soon as it rose, we didn't realize that it rose because of market manipulation. And then, let's use that term, the whales sold everything and the whole thing just dropped. So now we're sitting on a bunch of coins that's not worth nothing. You know who is concerned about this right now? Everybody that owns Electroneum. Because Electroneum's price right now is sitting at, let me pull that up. It's sitting at 7 cents. Now those that got it on the ICO got it for, you know, less than a penny. So 7 cents ain't, it's still a profit if you were to sell it, but it's down 18% right now. And everybody's waiting for it to get to 20 cents and 40 cents so they can make a huge profit. But what if that sucker goes down to like 1 cent or 0 and just sits there? You got bag. You're holding a big bag. Same with like another one, Regal coin. Regal coin that was like worth cents, a penny or whatever, or $1. Came out the gate, went up to $15, went all the way up to like $80. Now it's sitting at, well, let me see. Let's see, where is it sitting at right now? Now it's sitting at $10. Negative 26% drop. $10. The thing just dropped like a rock in like 2 weeks. Or this month of June, the month of December, it went from like 60, 70 bucks to now $10. So will they recover? Who knows? I have a bunch of Regal coins. I have over 100,000, 140, 60 something thousand Electronium coins. So if they don't come up, then I'm holding some bags. So there will be times in your trading career, if you're doing any trading, that you're going to experience that. So it's called bags. Next, flip. To buy a crypto asset, usually via an ICO, and then quickly sell it for a profit before its value inevitably tanks. Yeah, flip. We all know that term. Flipping it. That's what we do all day. You know, my business partners and I, we don't buy Bitcoin. We earn Bitcoin. And then we let it work for us. We flip it to make us money every day. Oh, here's one. Shitcoin. You guys heard of that one? It's an altcoin that has no real use case or future. That doesn't mean you can't still trade and profit from it, but be under no illusions. Even if it rockets in price, a shitcoin will always be a shitcoin and will come back to earth with a bang. Scam coin. Even worse than a shitcoin, a scam coin is designed to outright defraud investors. Never buy a scam coin, not for the lols. Oh, he's a gamer. LOL, not for the lols. And certainly not for the sick gains promised. Dior. D-Y-O-R. Okay. I wonder, do they just say Dior or spell it out? Do your own research. A wise acronym to recall when investing in cryptocurrencies. Assess the merits of each project rather than blindly piling in just because you heard someone shilling Gorillionaire coin is the next big thing. I agree with that. Do your own research. Rekt. R-E-K-T. Do you even meme? Rekt is simply an internet spelling of wrecked. What? Why? Nerds. Short Bitcoin when it's on a bull run and you're going to get wrecked. Buy a scam coin and you're going to get wrecked. Hold on to a shit coin for too long and you're going to get wrecked. Don't feel bad when it happens though. Everyone gets wrecked at some point. Pick yourself up and vow never to make the same mistake again. Here's the one I really hate. HODL. H-O-D-L. Bitcoin's most famous meme is familiar even to novices, but some of them seem to be laboring under the misconception that it's an acronym for hold on for dear life. Nope. HODL is just a what? LOL cat. What? I'm not a nerd. LOL cat style misspelling of hold, stemming from a drunken rant on the Bitcoin Talk forum back in the day. Yeah, I knew that. So, hodl hard, Dior, ignore the FUD, don't get wrecked, and you're sure to have a good time. Welcome to the crazy world of cryptocurrency, cryptophasia. Nah, I'm never going to be in that world. Just give me my money. I'm not going to be in that world, but at least I understand what they're saying. All right, let's get on to what happened with Bitcoin. Are we in a market correction? I kind of talked about that last night. I'm not too sure if this was a market correction or if there's actual manipulation taking place. The reason is because Bitcoin was holding at around 18,000 to 18,300 or so. Maybe even up getting close to 19,000. And then all of a sudden it dropped. But it dropped at the same time as Bitcoin Cash rose. And we got already allegations of market manipulation taking place. So was this a natural market correction? of Bitcoin or a manipulated one? So let me put this in the chat box. That's my question. I don't know if this article is going to answer that, but I'm curious as to what this has to say. So Bitcoin price has declined from $19,000 to $16,390 over the past 24 hours, as the Bitcoin Dominance Index dropped to 47%, and alternative cryptocurrencies in the market surged in value. So those of you that follow the market and the charts, and you can always go to coinmarketcap.com. If you're not a trader and you want to see what all of the altcoins are doing, then that's your best website, coinmarketcap.com. I'll put the link in the chat box. I know how people are. Where is my link? Here we go. Copy, paste. coinmarketcap.com. You can see the history of every single major coin out there. All right, so it dipped in 47% and the market surged in value. So here's what happens. Whenever you see Bitcoin kind of in the green, making a run, the altcoins are usually in the red. They're dipping because people are taking their altcoins and moving it into Bitcoin. When you see the reverse happen, when you see Bitcoin going into the red, then you naturally will see a surge in the altcoins because people are pulling their Bitcoins out and putting it into the altcoins. So it's kind of, it's like harmonious how that works. And sometimes you have a mixture of the two. So that's what happened last night. All of the altcoins kind of hit the green when Bitcoin was in the red, and they rose. So according to this article, on December 20th, now understand today's already December 20th, but whenever I've noticed this in the crypto world, they go by Asian time zone. I've noticed that. And I don't know if it's because these authors are either in Asia somewhere, whether they're in Dubai or Singapore or Thailand or Hong Kong or South Korea. I don't know that. But I do know that they always go by their time zone, not U.S., Eastern, or Western time zone. So it says, on December 20th, the Bitcoin price decreased by more than 10% in its market valuation, dropped from a weekly high of $331 billion to $283 billion. Still, on a weekly basis, the Bitcoin price has still recorded a slight gain since the price of Bitcoin on December 13th was merely $16,090. So that's telling me that the new floor is between $15,000 and $16,000. So if there's ever a major market correction, it's probably not going to go below that 15,000 mark, because that's when people are going to start buying like crazy when they see it go low like that, and it's going to come right back up. Bitcoin has already started to demonstrate signs of recovery, and within several hours after dipping below 16,400, the price of Bitcoin has recovered to 17,000 and is en route to entering the $18,000 region. Really? Let me hit refresh. Bitcoin right now is at, it just dropped again. It's at 16,778. So it dropped in the last 2 minutes. It was over 17,000. So, factors of Bitcoin price decline. Analysts have offered contrasting explanations to justify the recent major price correction of Bitcoin. Some analysts have claimed that the price of Bitcoin declined primarily due to the strong performance of alternative cryptocurrencies and the frustration of Bitcoin users with high transaction fees. That's legitimate. That's a legitimate statement to make. At the time of reporting, Bitcoin wallet platforms such as Blockchain and Coinbase are recommending transaction fees in the range of $15 to $30. The sudden increase in the value of Bitcoin Cash could also have had an impact on the short-term price trend of Bitcoin. Given that the price of Bitcoin Cash has increased by nearly 50% within the past 24 hours. Bittrex and Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin trading pair have accounted for more than 5% of global Bitcoin trades, processing around $1 billion in Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin trades. Currently, spam trying to call me. Currently, the Bitcoin to USD trading pair of Bitfinex accounts for over $1.5 billion in global Bitcoin trades. Bittrex and its Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin trading pair fall behind Bitfinex with $965 million daily trading volume. Bitfinex, HitBTC, OKX, and Poloniex have been processing large amounts of Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin trades throughout the day, processing more than $2 billion in BCAs to Bitcoin trades within 24 hours. Historically, the price trend of Bitcoin has had an inverse relationship with the short-term performance of alternative cryptocurrencies. As the price of other cryptocurrencies in the market surged, the price of Bitcoin declined. A similar trend has occurred over the past 2 days as the Bitcoin Dominance Index dropped to 47% and the demand for cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash significantly increased. Reita Yamaguchi, senior consultant at Nomura Research Institute, noted that the recent security breach and bankruptcy of a South Korean Bitcoin exchange could have had a negative effect on the price of Bitcoin in Asia. Both the news of South Korea's exchange having been hacked and position adjustment following recent rallies affected the market today, adding that South Korea market is a minor market compared to the US and Japan. The weight of South Korea as a Bitcoin market is not that big. December price trend. Despite today's major price correction, investors and the market remain optimistic in Bitcoin's short-term performance throughout December, as Bitcoin has historically prospered during holiday seasons, during which Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investment become the hot topics at family meetups. Markets' optimism in regards to Bitcoin performance throughout Christmas, New Year's, and the integration of Bitcoin by CBOE and CME could allow Bitcoin to achieve a new all-time high by the year's end. So in other words, hold your coins right now as far as Bitcoin, because experts have already said that they expect Bitcoin to probably hit 25K by Christmas or by the end of the year. So if you're not in any need to have to get some cash, then I would really, this is the time to buy and to hold on to what you got, and let's see what happens over the next 6 to 7 days. Remember, things happen so fast. Don't get scared because something happened over the last 24 hours. It could turn around and go in the opposite direction just as fast. So you got to remain calm. Don't let emotions get into it. Don't worry about following the crowd and what everybody else is doing, because Bitcoin has historically always gone back up. So right now I'm going to hit refresh again. The price of Bitcoin is hovering. Yeah, it went up another almost $200. At $16,900. So it may hit probably in the next 2 days when we see all this Bitcoin Cash settling down. It might go back up to 19,000, 20,000. But I don't know. Bitcoin Cash just went over $4,000. That's the highest it has ever been. Right now, I just hit the refresh button. $4,089. It is up 68.92%. I want you to think for a second here. Let me look at I'm going to pull up their chart. Bitcoin itself was at $4,000 just 2 months ago. Okay, yeah. Let me go back the last 3 months on Bitcoin Cash on this chart. Let's see, the previous high of 4,000 freaking dollars. So if I go back to November 1st, Bitcoin Cash was worth $521. So had you bought a bunch of Bitcoin Cash back then, it has jumped to over $4,000 today. That's just 2 months ago, not even a full 2 months ago. When I let me pull up Bitcoin. What was Bitcoin doing at the beginning of November? Let's go back 3 months. So November 1st, Bitcoin was at $6,000. And I remember we were jumping for joy when that happened. The last time Bitcoin was at 4,000, it dipped to 5,000 back November 10th. Let's see. Last time it was at 4,000 was September 28th when it crossed $4,000 a coin. Now, it took 9 years for Bitcoin to go from $0 to $4,000. It took Bitcoin Cash from August 1st. I think when it launched, it was what, $300 something a coin? To, I want to pull theirs up again. Let's go back to Bitcoin Cash. So relative split August 1st. It was $291 a coin. September, October, November, December. It took 4 months to go from $200 to $4,000. So people, there's a big debate in the crypto community whether eventually Bitcoin Cash will become the new Bitcoin. And for those of you that understand how that can happen, see, right now, Bitcoin is granddaddy. It's like MySpace. It's like Yahoo. It's like Blockbuster Video. And it has a 2 megabyte hold on the blockchain as far as memory. Bitcoin Cash has an 8 megabyte hold. And the cost of moving it around, the transactions are pennies compared to $15, $25, $30 to move Bitcoin. So it can handle more data. The transaction speed is much faster. I think right now it's taking 4 to 8 hours for Bitcoin transactions to be confirmed. Now they're saying there's a new Lightning network coming out that's going to correct that to make it speed up much faster and bring the fees down. But Bitcoin Cash could ultimately overtake at this pace, at this speed. You know, what happens in the next 2 months from now and Bitcoin Cash jumps to $10,000, $15,000 per coin, where Bitcoin is still hovering at $25,000, $30,000. So you can still become a multi-millionaire in the crypto space by taking advantage of these altcoins. Now, if Bitcoin Cash right now is holding what percentage of the market cap? Does this tell me that? I know Bitcoin's 45%, but Bitcoin Cash at 68 billion. It's got the third highest. Ethereum is 79 billion. So it's roughly 1/4 of the entire market cap. So you dump another $500 billion, then Bitcoin Cash is going to go from 68 billion to probably 200 to $250 billion market cap, roughly the size of what Bitcoin is right now at 283 billion. People are about to get paid. That's why I said 2018 is the year for us. None of you listening to me right now should be in the same position 1 year from now. None of you. The only way you are is if you decide to not take any action and you just remain a witness. And you just sit on the sidelines and watch what's happening with your popcorn. A lot of them are the haters that are just waiting for something to fail so that they can pounce on it and say, see, I told you so. I told you so. Like, what do you want, a cookie for that? You didn't make any money for that. But your ego feels better now because you were right about one thing? Fool, I still made 6 figures. So the only way for you to lose is if you are a spectator. You're a witness. You take no action whatsoever. But every single one of you should be, your Christmas 2018 should be the best Christmas you have ever had. I know I'm going all out next year. With my family. This year is great. You know, I'm going to end this year and this Christmas. Most people begin the new year broke as a joke. They had to pay all their normal bills for the month, but then you add Christmas onto that. And they don't recover until they get their tax returns. That's when people recover their money. So they go through the month of January basically kind of broke. But this year, I'm going to have the most amount of money in my bank account at this time of year that I've had in a decade or so, in a long time. And we're having a great Christmas at that. I didn't have to hold back for nothing. But 2018 is going to be on another level. And every single one of you can have the best year ever if you make a decision and get in the game and get involved right now. Do your own due diligence, do your own research, watch who you're listening to, and just get started. So with that, today is what day? It's Wednesday. So no presentation tonight, but I will, depending on the news, which I'm sure there will be, I'll be back later tonight for late night crypto talk. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.